Stand by for the Brewery Underground Podcast.
In Nashville's harbor wise, craft and brews will meet the skies. Stephen Scott, they lead the way. Brewery Underground, night and day. Raise your glass, let's ignite. In this city, we unite. Raise your glass, let's ignite. In this city, we unite.
Hey, the Brewery Underground Podcast, everybody. Hello out there.
What's going on?
We're not at our homes today. No. We are on the road, and we are in Franklin, Tennessee. Scott?
We are.
We have some guests today,
Yeah,
too.
who are these guys?
Who are these guys?
We've got Vaughn Wotring, Jeremy Scates. We're at 111 Motorcars here in Franklin, Tennessee. And why are we here, Steve?
We got a great tour today because this place is absolutely amazing. And we're going to talk a lot about this space, the cars that you have, all the new things going on. Of course, we're also going to be talking some beer with Vaughn. But first off, sir, love your space. We came in here a little bit ago. Vaughn was giving us the tour. And really, we want to hear about the concept of this place and how exciting it's been for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Nice to meet you guys and welcome. 111 Motorcars started as really reverse engineering the automotive experience. And so when you buy a car, fix a car, have someone maintenance, everything about the car experience for the most part, I get told, I hate doing that. I hate buying a car. I hate getting my car serviced. I hate getting oil change. The word I hate usually is the first two words, right? And so it shouldn't be that way, especially with what you guys have seen today. It doesn't have to be that way, right? And so I wanted to tear it down to the core and then rebuild an automotive concept, an automotive business. And yes, we are a car dealership. Yes, we are a service facility. But as you can see with the room we're sitting in, we approach it differently. We approach it from the hospitality side, and we've rebuilt the concept in a way to where this is a place you want to be, a place you want to hang out, a place you want to have a beer. And by the way, we have about $100 million worth of cars that you get to, participate in Sarah too.
By the way, I brushed up against one earlier. I think I owe you $5,000. I just stared at it too long.
Yeah.
Hey, can we also talk about, first off, the visual here, where we are in your place? Talk about this place.
We have a bar and lounge area on the west side of campus. So we're 77,000 square feet facility. We do, the back side of the building is our service and automotive storage. The middle of the building is our showroom for some of our inventory and our members. We have a private club type aspect. And then in this room is our bar lounge area. But we've built this space to be the social mecca, the social centerpiece for the car community, as well as, some of the events and the things we throw, the parties we throw. We're open, 4 nights a week in this room as a private bar and lounge for our members. And we feature Vaughn's beer and some local guys that have their products here. But we are a fully licensed bar and lounge here in Franklin, Tennessee.
It is a Saturday when we are recording here, and it's almost afternoon now. This morning, you had a big event that is becoming a tradition, right?
Yeah, so we opened this facility in January 25. In the past, I had started a concept created an event called Cars and Caffeine. The second Saturday of every month, we have a car show. It's open to the public. You have to register if you want to show and display your car, but every families are welcome. If you guys were here, you saw the little kids. There's families, there's kids, there's dogs, it's everybody. But we're not exclusive to any type of car. We just love cars. So if you walk in the parking lot, you'll see everything from 1960s and 70s classics to JDM cars to Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Porsches of every shade and color you can think of. But yeah, so once a month on the second Saturday of the month from 7 a.m. to 10:30, we have a car show called Cars and Caffeine, and it's just a way for the car community to have a great day. And our facility makes it a different level, takes it to a different level because we get to park inside, outside. And we just highlight the community. We give the car community a place to really, for those few hours, it's their place. We share a space, and we just share our passion for cars.
And they definitely showed out when I parked. It took me a minute to find a parking spot out there, but it was fine. People were coming and going, and it was awesome. Just seeing it. I was here at 10:15, and it was,
police out there directing traffic. This has become a really big deal for the community.
Yeah, and that's important because we're making sure that this is a very safe event. Jeremy laid that day one first event ever. This is a safe event. We're not going to be messing around. We're going
Yep.
to make sure this place is secure. Everybody can feel safe. Bring in your kids, bring in your dog, walking around. That was a big, big deal of making the community this type of an event. And it floods out on Columbia,
Yeah.
out there, and the neighbors have been great.
Yeah, all but one, but most of our neighbors love it.
Where does your
They'll come
passion?
around.
Where does your passion for cars come from?
Design. As a kid, I was an artist. So just these cars to me, especially on this campus, we have Paganis and Ferraris and some stuff that you just don't get to see every day, right? And if you look, I mean, the lines of a 911, I mean, from yesteryear to today, the design aspect is probably what brought me to cars. And then when you learn the engineering and each brand, how they approach it. And I worked for BMW for a number of years, the company. And, that was, I almost got indoctrinated into a cult. The BMW brand has a very loyal, passionate fan base. And that changed the narrative and changed my vision of what the car world meant to me.
Yeah.
And then since then, I've just grown it. And the more I give the industry, the more I give the community, the more they give us back. And I think they realize that we're trying to be a part of the community and give them a different home, a different experience, a different process. And they're liking, you can see the difference it's making with not only the business growth, but also for the customers and the members.
I think it's cool, like you said, having kids and families in here. You walk up to a car you may never see in your lifetime. I mean, there's some futuristic stuff out here that I almost like. It looks like it came from a movie. I mean, can you talk about some of the cars you have out here, some of the brands that are just, oh my gosh.
So KTM has got a car on campus that hopefully the Expo will be in the next coming year or two. It'll be, a car you could purchase in the United States for street use. Right now, it's predominantly a track car, but they're working on changing that. You have Pagani. Pagani's an Italian brand. They have their after sales and their inventory lives here. And those cars, they make 100 of each model. They've got some of the cars you saw here today. They're made 35 YRBCs. There's 3 of them here. So like there's some cars that, to your point, there's only a handful of them in the world. There's 1 or 2 or 3 of them on campus on any given day.
Crazy. And then some of them, you see some unique colors on some of these cars out there too, especially kind of the older ones, I think. Well, even some of the new ones too, I guess. It's like, it's just badass. I mean, there's the General Lee is out here.
Yeah, the General Lee, the Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. It's just cool.
I make the joke, if that was Bo and Luke's car, they would never been caught. There never would have been a show. Because that car is a lot. My car's a lot faster than the original hunk of metal that they had to drive around Kentucky in. Or Georgia. Where was it? Georgia? It was Kentucky, right? Hazard County, Kentucky. So the Bandit, actually, one of our members surprised his wife for their anniversary with that car.
Wow,
pretty cool deal, right?
And that is a car from the actual movie?
No. Original meaning it's original. Like it's not been restored. It's not been painted. It's not. Been, it's all, like every button switch. The car's original it's 1977, and it's just been meticulously maintained and owned and cared for.
Yeah.
And now you see the condition it's in.
You store some cars here too. I saw some rackets and stuff back there, and I was talking to Vaughn about this too. It's like, do you drive the cars some, not necessarily to get them out and get them on there, but to start them up, maintain them so that they start? I know there's some trickle charges on some of the batteries and some of the cars too. Do we? Yeah. Or is it up to just so that they're maintained or driven or?
One of the advantages, and there's automotive storage facilities that are popping up around the country because as people run out of garage space, especially as we urbanize and people move into high rise and stuff, they need a place to put their weekend cars, their classic, their collectible cars, or their sports cars, right? So the storage is a need. However, we do it at a different level because the storage is one of 11 streams of activity here, right? And so having a service department, having technicians just 50 feet away Monday through Friday, we maintain them. We maintain their batteries. We maintain every aspect from the leather care to the mechanical care to the tire care. So not only do we start them, some of the cars may need to start once every 3-4 weeks. Some cars we can start once every 2 months. I've got a 38 Packard back there that car can be started every 2 or 3 months, and it runs like a sewing machine. It's consistent as can be. It doesn't need the same care one of the Ferraris does. The Ferraris have softer tires. We need to move that car once a month so that the flat spots and the tires get spun, right?
Yeah.
So every car, and now you get the battery technology. So take the 38 Packard to 6-volt. Most of the AGM batteries, most of your traditional batteries you've known for the last 30, 40 years, they can charge off a trickle charger. Now a lot of the cars are lithium. So some of the new Porsches, some of the new Ferraris, then you have hybrids. We don't store any electric cars inside. I don't want the potential fire risk. So no electric car. Well, Teslas are not allowed inside, but to get a bath and then go back outside. But but at the same time, the cars that we store, not only to your point about the mechanical aspect, but you got the battery maintenance and the battery tendering and the process we have to do to keep every aspect of that car right. We have one Mercedes that once a month we have a timer set. We put leather conditioner on it because it's an original 1961 190 SL. That car, to keep its leather soft and supple and to keep it original, even though it's climate controlled, humidity controlled, we keep the environment perfect. It still needs another level. And sometimes you got to think from our care and our expertise on campus, even if you have a really, really nice collectible or vintage or classic car, we can keep it better than you can.
Yep.
We have process for everything. We have process for batteries, leather, tires, like I said, paint. We have paint correction. Chris Marlin, my auto spa. We have an auto spa where we do this coming week is a show called Monterey Car Week. So in Monterey, California, hundreds of car collectors from around the world will gather in California and celebrate, a entirely different level of car. We've shipped 8 cars out there for this week. That'll be coming, all but 7 of them will be coming back to us, back to campus, but 1's staying out there. But I say that because our detail department, led by Chris, we prepared them for their Super Bowl. We prepared them for a show. Paint correction, every scratch is polished, every wax is applied. We make them to when they get on a truck, they're perfect. They get out there, all they have to do is wipe them down, get them ready for the stage, because we have the skill set on campus to do literally anything a car could need.
And you mentioned that 1938 car, right?
Packard.
1938, yeah. And I think like, I don't know if you have any others. You probably do that are even older than that. But just how much it takes to maintain those type of older cars, right?
We have a Model T here, so we have the.
Does it wind up?
Yeah, there's no maintenance for that. So Meekum came in. So one of our members may put a couple of his. Meekum is coming to Nashville in September, and he may put a couple cars in Meekum. Their fees, and it's Meekum gets all of it. So like he's probably rethinking that equation because we actually do consignment too, so we actually can net him quite a bit of money if we just sell them for him. But Meekum wanted to come in and see the cars to make a pitch to see if they could sell the cars at Meekum here at their Nashville show, but at the expense so that Meekum charges, sometimes we can get around that if we're a little bit smarter.
I saw a YouTube video that you had done, and it probably something that you offer as a service for your customers, but they were looking for a particular Bentley or something, and you guys reached out and you found the Bentley he was looking for somewhere else and got it for him here through like a service you offer for. I mean, I thought that was really cool. Like, hey, I need this thing, or I want this thing. Can you help me find it? And you found it.
Well, and we do that 25 times a month. And that goes back to the word experience. So, and Bentley stores, for the most part, have a different talent level, right? But they still are a car dealership, and they still have inherent processes that are going to be prohibitive to you having a good experience. And math is math. So if you're coming to me and you're like, hey, I want to save $20,000, we're not the process, right? That doesn't exist. That car probably hit a tree. That's why it's $20,000 less, right? But at the same time, if you want the right color, the right spec, the right car, but you just want to make it easy, you don't want to leave your couch, or you just want to show up to 111 on a Saturday and surprise your wife with a new Bentley, I have it cloaked. We know how to curate everything, right? So in that case, Doctor, he's a member. I handle probably 8 of his cars. He wanted a very specific Bentley. I knew where the car was because of my Bentley connections. One of my close friends runs a new Bentley store in Florida, Sarasota, Florida. And I just called Josh and said, hey, here's the car. I need it. Can you get it? Make it easy. And then ship me the car so that I can handle the trade, handle everything. And then, technically Bentley sold in the car. I just managed the entire process to where it was seamless. It was easy. I transfer the tags. I do everything, right? And then my relationship with Josh and his team, when I need a new Bentley, you don't want to fly to Florida, spend a day down there. Now, granted, you can buy the car over the phone and they could potentially ship it to you. But knowing there were some other variables, trades, and things involved that I could step up and help with, he just called me and I did it all for him.
He just shows up and picks the car up.
He shows up. I hand him his 3 keys because Bentley's come with 3 keys.
Wow.
And he's ecstatic. And he's actually bringing a friend tonight that's in town for drinks because he's a member. So he's bringing a couple friends that have flown in town. He's coming tonight for like a little private shindig for friends.
That's awesome. That is so cool. And he can show off the other cars while he's here and doing it.
He's got 2 in the back.
Nice. There's a video, another video on YouTube, and it's one you sent us. It's the drone video flying through this place.
Yeah, so great.
When I tell you, I ducked myself a couple of times when that thing was coming through the door and up and under cars and things. It had to be 3 or 4 minutes long.
Yeah,
this place. 5. It was awesome. It really felt like you're in here, but it took, and you could talk about it, but it was, it just took you all around the place, all around the campus, over the cars, through the through the service shop and everything. And
Our test runs, we actually flew the windows of 2 trucks, but then the final shot to keep it continuous, we missed the truck. We missed the truck fly through. We have a subsequent video that was on our social media that we actually have where it flies through a portion, flies through the windows. But on the main video, we missed that one mark, but we kept it going because we've hit every other mark.
Who was manning that drone that you trusted?
Josh Vaughn. Josh Vaughn, phenomenally talented photographer. Josh here is located here in Nashville. Josh actually manages the social media page for Ferrari of Nashville.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
But Josh is a tremendously talented photographer. And there's a show called Hard Knocks. It's
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So years ago, Hard Knocks did a opening for the Dallas Cowboys for their new facility. And they did a drone fly through because the Cowboys facility is not just the stadium. It's the subsequent practice facility. And the headquarters is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of square feet.
Yeah.
And then you realize what we see is one play or one first down on Sunday. You realize the hundreds of people that have to work within the Cowboys organization and the massive facility it takes to pull off that one play, right? And so they have a drone fly through. And now Josh has a headset, so he's flying it like he's in behind the wheel of a car. So it's not like traditionally, it would be awkward to fly that if you didn't have the headset on. Right?
Okay, so you're seeing it first person.
Yeah, so he's flying through headset.
Yeah,
I'm on a mic, so I have a walkie-talkie with everybody on campus, so everybody's cued and ready. But I watched that Dallas Cowboys video, and then when you walk in here, and you guys can tell me your feedback. If you walk in here from the street, you have no expectations of what you're about to walk into.
Right.
Yeah.
When I walked through the front door, I thought I was going to walk through like maybe some offices and stuff are right here first.
You see the video and you see the cars, you see everything. You see the areas out there where, you can get obviously some drinks.
Service and details and bars.
All of it. All
That
of
was a Ferrari.
it.
As soon as you
Yeah.
walk in the door, there's a Ferrari sitting right there. There's a car right there. I think it's a Ferrari. Porsche. As soon as you walk in the door.
And so when I started trying to tell people, I would send pictures of 111 early on, like, hey, you should see this place I'm building in Franklin. One two-dimensional picture cannot capture what this is. And now that you've walked it, you may or may not agree with that.
Oh, he did a phenomenal job, Bond, of showing us. But the aerial is just from the drone. So awesome.
Really, really is.
Yeah.
Oh, we're oohing and on with every car we walk by. Ooh, absolutely.
And so, but how do I capture that feeling you guys have or that you've experienced? How do I tell somebody who's trying to buy a car from me in Dallas or in Idaho, or how do I and I tell somebody on the phone, like, oh, we're different. Like, sure you are, whatever. Like, you're just a car dealership, right? Like, no, go to my website and watch it. Like, go and see, like, we're a little bit different how we do this.
Yeah.
We approach this with a different purpose. And our size in our facility allows us the ability and the privilege to do this differently, right? So when they fly through the whole campus and you get to see everything you did, and there's one part in there, Ken Flood, who's one of our members, the drone flies right by Ken's ear. Like, I mean, it like buzzes his ear, right? Because it's flying through the bar.
Yeah.
And like, and we to this day, we tease him like, man, he didn't flinch. Like he had total trust in Josh that Josh was going to fly, do a tower flyby, and Maverick didn't get in trouble for that one. And so, but like that video was important to me. And then the Cubs subsequently, if you ever, the Cubs did it for Wrigley Field for opening day.
Yeah.
And they did it to where they fly through all Wrigley Field, the bars. And the clubhouse. So that's what I realized when I thought of those two videos. I'm like, to show someone else who's not here, if you're not in Tennessee, you need to see it. You need to see the scale. You need to see the operation. That's what that video needs. And I felt we needed it. I felt like we needed to show the world what we are, because not everybody gets to walk through that front door. And I think the drone does a good job of capturing.
It definitely did the job. Like, even if I had watched that video and we weren't coming here today, I still would have been like, damn, Steve, did you see that video? Because it was it's
definitely
really
well executed.
And again,
Should I have not sent the video?
you should.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I know your time on our today is a little limited, but we also want to talk about how you two know each other.
Yeah.
Because you're involved with some of the aspects of what's going to be happening here as well. So can you guys talk about like how you all know each other?
You want to go first?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was one of the first events that was held here through one of our local publicity organizations, I guess I'll call it, Your Williamson, awesome group. And they were holding a little event. We were invited in. I had a contact within them at that point in time, and we sat up just a couple of taps of beer out there, and there was food, and there was all kinds of great things coming in the door, and I was still mesmerized. I was still watching it and all like that, and I just walked over and met Jeremy, introduced myself, he introduced himself, and we had a quick conversation. One of the conversation bits was about The fact that my daughter was getting ready to drive and I was interested in one, and Jeremy was like, you need to let me know. You need to bring it in here. I mean, it just sparked right there. The one thing that Jeremy has been for me from day one, second one, has been a friend, has come through, and he does this with everybody. I'm not that special. I don't think I am that special.
You
I'm
are.
not that special.
Yeah.
There you go.
But he takes care of everybody, and that's what is high, and that's what's high. And then I learned through getting to know Jeremy better, getting to know this location better, and the team, is that it is infiltrated. It is part of the
culture.
DNA, the culture.
Yeah.
Here is what it is. We knew each other for 30 seconds, and he was already going to make sure that my daughter got the best vehicle that was out there. We weren't going to buy a lemon. We weren't going to get something that was going to cause problems. He was lending his hand out there to help. And that's kind of what started. I was like, all right, we got the same idea. I do the same thing on the beer side,
Yeah.
and the community side, and Jeremy does that on the car side and the culture and the community that comes with it. And for me, that was like, I was sold at that point in time.
And I'll segue. One important aspect of this is we've talked about Paganis and Porsches and Bentleys. Some of the most important cars you're going to buy are the first car for your 16 or 17-year-old. That's a whole different price point, right?
Yeah.
That's the same. That's as equal, if not greater importance to us than the Bentley or the $4 million Pagani, right? Because that's something that we need to check the safety. There's so many things we need to make sure are right there, because actually that car is going to get a lot more activity, a lot more use than some of the other cars we've talked about so far. So to Vaughn's word, hospitality and care, we care about how we do this. We care about, we're in a community. We have to, this room, we're trying to bring community and break bread and have drinks with them, right? I want the social aspect. You may one day be sitting next to him and I may have sold his car to you or your car to him, right? There's so much transparency that has to exist for this business model to work, because I'm putting all of us together. Like at any given day, like today, one member, I sold his car to another member, right? And that it helps both of them, because everybody wins here. But I say that one thing that the drone video or the Bentley, the words we use, sometimes they may give the perception that we don't just take care of Toyotas and Fords and Hondas and Kias and everything, right? We are an automotive facility that is brand agnostic. Is that the right word to use? Yeah. We take care of you. Everything. This is hospitality based. That's why we align so much, because he's at core, he's so hospitable and he cares about his product. And that's what we do, right? So hospitality is in our DNA. And if we approach it that way, we're going to take care of every car. I don't care the price point. I don't care if it has any commas. I just want to make sure it's right. And they're going to break. Let's just
right.
They're going to break.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you have to buy brakes. I'm going to have to tell you something's wrong. I'm going to have to put tires on it. I mean, it's all these things are going to happen. But if you can trust me that I'm telling you the correct time, the correct way, hey, we can save you money here. We can be a good steward of your family here. Then we can keep this going. So and I've been trying to overcome this since we opened, because I have a showroom that is very expensive and bougie and has all these fantastic cars and brands. Then you come in and you sometimes get the perception of like, I have a Toyota Tundra. You're not going to work on my Tundra because you work on Ferraris and Porsches. I don't know if I can horse Nikes, right? That's not true. We work on everything, right? And so we work on everything in your garage. I've even put tires on a golf cart. I mean, I wouldn't advertise that, but I've done it. But at the same time, like that's the one thing, and Vaughn's right. Your families and we're a part of the community. So taking care of your family's cars and your garage, your entire driveway, that's what we do.
Love that. That's awesome. He was telling us too, like, yeah, again, you can get your oil change here with your Nissan Rogue or something,
100%,
right? Yeah,
100%.
yeah. So.
And your Rogue might be next to a one-of-one Porsche Ferrari, but your Rogue may come home with some great stories. Yeah, but your Rogue is welcome.
The Rogue is welcome. Just don't open the door too far and ding the car next to it. Just be careful of that.
Yeah, we space about. We're good.
Yeah, it's so funny. All the cars you were describing earlier, and I said you're probably not going to see these out on the interstate too much.
It's interesting though when you come and you see what a Pagani is. You don't see that every day.
Right.
But then when you see one up and down the road right here, somebody running a test drive out of here or whatnot, and you're like, oh, wow, that's cool. And when you see them in the wild, if you will, that's a pretty neat experience. And then when you can tie that back to know where it's coming from, 111 Motorcars, that's the icing. Yeah. At that point in time, and that just shows this little closed loop experience that this is building here. And then it's like when my daughter, she's driving a Jeep that we got from here and just enjoying the heck out of it.
Sure.
I get in trouble for getting in it and moving the seat around now. She owns it. She and is very proud of it, and she tells her friends, and it's a blast to kind of see that. And then she is a big can I come over there and sit? She likes to come out and sit out in the showroom, and she'll sit out in the
Right.
couches while I'm doing something and whatnot. And just, she's either reading or whatever, or just kind of taking some things in. She's seeing cars that when I grew up, I'm a little bit older, and Jeremy, a lot older, Jeremy, and you, but when I grew up, you didn't get to see this kind of stuff. You saw a few cars from a few friends.
Sure.
And now you can see them all in one spot. And I take that, with my kids going in, when I can show them some of these vehicles that either I've never seen before, or never had a chance to see before, or it was like, yeah, Grandpa had one of those, that Ford Fairlane over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, your Grandpa had one of those a long, long time ago, and he used to wax those tires in the 60s.
Right.
With your great grandpa. And we can kind of tell that story and create that with our children, but in an experience in a place like this. And then they go on and then they tell that to their friends and share it with their families. And then next thing you know, they're all kind of coming back in, and it's a blast.
Yeah,
There's
I love it.
There's a
Okay.
Cadillac out there. I saw earlier. That thing has to be 40 feet long.
57.
That thing is
big
massive.
It was actually titled at one point to Priscilla Presley.
Was it really? God, that's
Wow.
bad. That's a badass car. I know you got to go, but and you don't have to mention names, but you must see some say celebrities or high profile people come through here. You talk to just because of the inventory that
He's met you today, Scott. I mean,
well,
come
of
on,
course.
Brewery Underground
That's
Podcast.
a given. Yeah, that's a given. But aside from that, I mean, you've got to rub elbows with some pretty high profile people, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Do business with. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We don't have to mention any names aside from us, but
Priscilla Presley.
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Well, and I'll say, without naming names, they value efficiency. They're busy. If they have assistants, which a lot of them do, I know most of them all know me on first name basis because I make their life easy. If the assistant call me and I can get everything in the garage fixed, or a ding, or hey, somebody's daughter put diesel fuel in their gas car, I would, again, no names, but I can tell you that's a very recent occurrence.
Can I just interrupt real quick for some humor? There are like Instagram videos out there of like spam calls. It's like a daughter will call her dad and say, "I just put some diesel in the car. What do I do?" And they're like, "Are you serious?"
Oh my God.
I think that's just kind of a joke maybe out there on social media,
Yeah,
but it actually happens.
Well, 4 weeks. No, it happened 4 weeks ago. It was not a spam. But here's where we get to show as a team, because her family lives in LA and England. So I get a call from an assistant. Diesel fuel gets filled up wrong. The old Mercedes for a couple of years had a real kind of a hard rubber entry gasket for the gas tank.
Yeah.
And so typically you can't put a diesel nozzle in a gas tank. Different nozzles. They do that on purpose. This one with a little bit of force. And then she quickly realized, like, hey, I think I just made a mistake because something doesn't feel right. Now, granted, she didn't go. She went a mile. Car didn't want to go any further. Car said, "I'm not going any further." This car stopped. But I have 2 trailers. I have a rollback, which is a fancy tow truck. So I have the full facility to where, like, don't touch it. Don't turn the key. I'm coming to get it. Right.
Yeah.
So I get a call I recognize the number. Tell Dad, I'll go get it. He's in a different time zone. I got it from here. So now we get the car back. Now here, in this case, I can pump it out. I can save the car. We have to clean the fuel, the injectors, and then, we can clean the fuel system. We can save the car. No, because we acted, and she was, in this case, quickly just said, "Hey, I know I did something wrong here." It's check engine lights or coolant lights. If your car ever gets hot, pull over. I don't care what, just pull over. We got it's $100 tow ride.
Yeah.
Or it's $6,000 or $20,000 motor. Some of my motors are more than that. So it's so easy if you have somebody you trust to just say, "Hey, call Jeremy, he'll get it." And that's what happened, right? So that did happen, was not a prank. And we saved everything, right? Now, granted, it was $700-800 of tow trucks and, some labor to get all the gas, the diesel out, etc. But no real harm was happened. But if your wife curbs a wheel, that happens a lot to your listeners. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If you scratch a bumper, we have a paint booth. You remember the show Ray Donovan?
Yeah.
He just fixed stuff, right?
Yeah.
He just got stuff done. Sometimes you just don't ask how it got done. You just know it's going to get
It's
done.
got to get done.
And there are things that are going to happen to your cars. You just need it done. I'm like the Ray Donovan of the car world. You just call me and it will get done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't ask questions. You're like, "How the hell?"
Like, how did you fix that? Let's just tell you it's fixed.
You also don't ask, "Well, how the hell did that happen in the first place?" You're just like, "Okay."
And I say that because that was a quote unquote celebrity family. However, that applies to everybody, right? They value privacy. They value me not ever knowing who's here. They value that immensely, right? And no one ever will, right? I've had multiple people try to get me to do social, like have a social media page, like where people film me and I create content with the people I take care of from the music industry, from, from athletes to, I would be jeopardizing years and years and years of relationships that I've curated over years, right? Because they trust me to just do things. I don't need pats on the back. I don't need none of that's ever going to help me sell anything. I just know that that's my job. My job is to serve our customers. My team does it the same way. That's what Vaughn was referencing, the culture we have. But I know our role, and our role is just to get it done.
So, Scott, here's a lesson for you. So if you run your bumper in your car too fast into a wall and you need it fixed and you come here,
this has happened.
As a
it wasn't me, but it's happened in the family.
As a celebrity podcaster, he is going to protect your privacy.
As a celebrity podcaster,
he's gonna protect your privacy.
All right, I will.
Okay, so quick question. While we're on this story, if you fix that, let's go the most channels. You call your insurance company, you get it fixed. Okay. Now your car has a Carfax report because you have made an insurance claim.
Right.
Now it says on your Carfax you had an accident reported. Doesn't give you any. The next person you go to sell that car to, they don't know if you hit a tree, a semi, or you scraped your bumper. Because Carfax is so vague, they've got this control over the market, right?
Sure.
They've now devalued your car because something as simple as you pulled too far and it scratched your bumper. You need to paint your bumper. $800, $900 of paint and process, sand it, smooth it, prep it, paint it, give it back to you. I don't have to report it to Carfax. I can do everything in secret and jokingly, but like we can make everything just fixed, right? Carfax doesn't need to be involved in that transaction.
All right.
We don't need to devalue your car because just a simple accident happened in the driveway. And unfortunately, if you go the main channels to repair that, call your insurance company, call a body shop, both of those companies report. Now you've taken 10 to 15% in some of my cars, some of the exotic cars. I could take 20% of the value of the car away simply because you made the wrong phone call.
Right. Yeah.
Call me. Yeah. And I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but call me and none of that happens.
Yeah.
It just gets fixed. And I'm going to fix it in 2 days, 3 days. It's not going to be at a body shop for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
There's
You're without your car.
Bingo. Right. So like those are the things. Now, granted, all the bougie stuff gets the likes, right? That's what the wow factor is. But the real meat and the potatoes of my business and our concierge services is fixing these problems we're talking about that happen to everybody. Celebrity podcaster, brewery owner, everybody has those things happen, right? Yeah. That doesn't apply to any type of person. Everybody has these experiences. Sure. Those are the types of things we do on a daily basis.
It goes back to, for me, I was going to say, that goes back to this community, this culture that Jeremy and team have. And then what I appreciate from the beer side of things and what we try to do is that this is the way we used to do, where the little area where I grew up, that's what you did. You knew somebody who could help you with that and take care of that. And that's what Jeremy and team do. He's an advisor first. Yep. It doesn't hurt to call him and to go through that process and so that way you're educated and know what you're getting into. And that's important. And that's friendship. That's kinship. That's community. That's what we love.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's where the beer, that's why this room is so important, right?
Oh, so yeah.
You teed up this room, you teed up the beer taps and the bar behind us. Everything in this room was curated and built to, even over here, we've got the place where you can store your wines and your liquor bottles and your glasses and stuff. But like this room, when you share a beer with somebody, when you break bread, you have a different connection.
Yeah.
We're not really colleagues or friends until we go out, get dinner, get a beer together, right?
Right.
Now we have a different type of vibe. Now we have a different friendship. Or maybe now we have a friendship, right? If we get a beer together. This room was so important to this concept because this room allows those things to happen. Our members, our guests, our customers they realize if we come in here, offer them a drink, offer them a cocktail, it's a whole different relationship. And this room sets the tone. And the textures and the colors help, granted, right? But the core reason it's here sets the tone to us being different. Like we genuinely want to become a friend and somebody who's important in your life.
Yeah. We talk the beer community all the time.
100%.
And it's not just with you, beer community, it's community as well. I mean, that's what you're talking about here today. I love it.
Yeah.
And this space has it's really is its own entity too at the same time. As your members, right, to come in, but hey, we just want to go. You're one of your customers is going to bring his friends over, and they're going to come hang out here later on today. That's we're just going to go. Let's go get a couple of drinks at the bar.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Real quick, because you told us something about this. There's a Post Malone painting over here. Can you tell us a little bit of something about it? And apparently only one person can buy this.
Well, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I did. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Noah is local artist, and he actually has helped with our audio video installation. So if you need art or TVs and speakers, Noah is your man. Noah works for a buddy of mine, Steve, and their company did all of our audio video installation.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if you look around here, that's the only non-automotive themed painting in the building. We sell art because around the country, I've got people. I've actually got guys in Portugal sending me art. We have art that's auto themed, right?
Yeah.
So on the walls behind you is the Pagani paintings. We have Ferrari. We have Bronco. It's got to be either race. It's got to be something car related. And I have art all around the building, right?
Yeah.
And we sell that art. But if you look at the little white thing next to the art, that shows you, if you scan that QR code, it shows you the artist, the bio, whatever they type up, whatever they say about their piece of art, from the Post Malone piece to anything. Then we do like a gallery split, right? So, but we want to showcase, if we're gonna call these cars art, why not showcase art, actual artists and sell their work, give them a place to display their work. So around the campus, we have local artists, we have artists from around the country, we have artists from international artists that send us their work. We put on the wall, we put the little plaque. If we sell it, right? Noah painted to Post Malone. I didn't know we were only going to sell it to Post Malone. So
I learned that
if Post Malone listens to your podcast,
yes, we're gonna try real hard to make sure he does.
We'll have to tag him when we
so
put the
then
podcast
maybe he can buy that. I learned that. I hope you do come by this, Mr. Malone.
Well, he can buy that and maybe one of the vehicles out there.
That's
on the
right.
floor, too.
But at the same time, like that is that's kind of those. That's like just more add value. But like that to me, the walls can speak to, and we feature community, to your word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is part of the community, is our local community applies some of the artwork that we have on the walls. And
It's
that's
also a
where that
great
came from.
story. Just if you're sitting around here just BSing, right, with your buddies, and that's a good topic, right?
Yeah.
It's just something.
Yeah,
fun to
the
talk
art,
about.
because when we came in here and Bond was showing us all the art and the pictures, I mean, it just tremendous. It's a different level of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
It can be yours if you would.
What's it
might
going to
sell
take to
me
put
on
you in
it.
some artwork today?
Thanks
We
for
got
doing
swag. We got hats. We got t-shirts.
I can't take the Post Malone, though. I can't take the Post Malone.
Yeah. Unless
Yeah.
you show me a fake ID.
That's right. I'll work on that.
Awesome, Jerry. We don't want to keep you any longer.
Well, thank you. Thank you for what you guys are doing.
Thank you for allowing us to be here
Yeah.
and chatting with us and just showing us the place. And it's amazing. And I'll be talking about this. I got a buddy at work who's a big car guy. And he knew about this place. And I sent him pictures earlier. He goes, I told you how badass it was. So
Well, and Vaughn's we got some more announcements in the future to make with Vaughn and our relationship here. We're gonna, as we bring that to life, we'll have you and all your viewers can come maybe one night. We'll do we'll do a podcast night where you can get all your guys to come. But here in the near future, we'll have a reason to celebrate even more, and we'll welcome you and all your guests to the facility.
thank you. We'll bring some people with us. So
All
we
right.
may have a good time about it.
All right, deal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Sorry to
Thank
keep you
you,
so
sir.
long.